This is
continue on Quebec 175 north for 104 kilometers.
Yeah, Highway 175. And normally it does not happen, but this time my tracker path did not have this rest area, and I saw it. You know, there were signs in French saying that you're coming up on the rest area. First it was like 5 kilometers. It says to the rest area 5. Like what 5? Exit 5? No. And then it says 3. Okay. And then of course there's lots of people, lots of cars, big building, and so it's like a very nice area, kind of like a mini truck stop, you know, except it's for cars, not just for trucks. You know, washrooms, a restaurant inside, big store, you can buy coffee, stuff like that. But it's very cold over here. It was plus 10 Celsius or 50 F. Whereas when I was down there on 401, it was, you know, like plus 20 or I don't know, 75, 72 F. But the scenery here is really beautiful, you know. Just a couple of hours north of Quebec City, it's already like some Maine or Montana, I don't know. Except it's cold. You can see the mountains, and there's signs everywhere, wild, but everything in French, so you have to guess. So I guess it was saying caution, wildlife, basically possible. don't think I ever went this far north in Quebec. I'm lucky that it's not winter. Okay, the temperature now is plus 15 Celsius, or what is it, 18 plus 9, 27, 32 plus 27, 64. Almost summer. Okay, now the trick is find the entrance.
In 200 meters, your destination will be on the left.
Yeah, I know that. Why are you still talking? I'm already here. Alright, so we need the thing where it says trucks only or something to that effect. Uh-oh. Now those guys over there. Funny, you know. They don't speak English, I don't speak French, but somehow we communicated, you know. Like I was able to understand what the guy says, go on the concrete, because I remembered the Russian word for concrete is beton. And I also remember when I learned German that they have beton, which comes from French. And so I said, you want me to stay on beton? Or like he does not know dirt, right? So I said beton, concrete. Okay, cool. A very cool guy. He's the security, you know. And after I took my chains off, oh, and I used this. I said, can I here? Like drop my trailer, unhook. Cool. So it's amazing, like. You know, people will always find a way to communicate as long as they are smart enough, you know. Because if I was stupid, I would probably just shout in English, you know. Can I unhook here? You want me to stay on the concrete? You know, some people do that, right? They think that when they talk louder, the other guy will understand. But you gotta find some. I'm just changing from my boots because, you know, I cannot drive with these. They're too heavy. And yeah, and at first I couldn't understand him. He said, like, he's talking and pointing somewhere in the back. I thought there was a, you know, usually they have like a paved part of the yard, and then they have a part where they have all these, you know, big machines, and usually it's all dirt, because otherwise the machines will just kill the pavement, right? And he was pointing somewhere, I thought behind the building, and I started going there, and right away I see I cannot make the corner. It's too tight, so it's not designed for rigs like mine. And so then the guy comes over and basically starts gesturing, and I understood that he said just unhook here, right after the gate. You know, I went straight through the gate after I switched off the camera, and unhooked there. And there was something weird happening in the front. You know, I didn't want to record because they might People don't like that. But they had a big excavator, and I look and like it was a wheeled excavator, you know, one of those weird machines, like looks like an excavator except it doesn't have tracks, it has wheels, and its engine compartment in the back was open and everything was kind of like weird yellowish color, like white and yellow, like, you know, so you can see that there was a fire in there. Fire, and they extinguished it, so the machine is dead, and there was another excavator in the back doing something, trying to push it, and that's why this guy also said, kind of like gestured, you know, back a little bit, because they need the weight to get this machine to the shop. I don't know. I guess that fire happened when the machine was parked in the lot or something, I don't know. And when he signed, I showed him my permit from Georgia, and on top it said Georgia, right? And I said, last week I was in Georgia. I said plus 30, and he 30. Wow. Because over here you gotta wear, you know, like it's cold like this. You have to wear a jacket, you know. Like I was thinking of putting this on. You know, plus 10. It's like, you know, early spring. Anyway, so all I gotta do now is scan my paperwork and email it to the office. But the problem is my office is in Ontario, right? And today is a civic holiday, so they're closed. But I gotta send it anyway. Oh yeah, and one more thing, the guy says unload here. I thought he meant, I said, who's driving? Me driving? So I prepared the camera with the headband, you know, I was ready. And then when I took all the chains off, that security guy comes over and he says, ready? And he points that he wants to go inside. And I'm like, shoot, I already... I don't like driving that because this, one of those machines, it doesn't have, you know, levers. You just have to use your feet, and it can be tricky because even, you know, 1 inch sideways, you can damage the trailer, you can slide off. So, but this guy, oh, and I said, don't hit the truck, because I thought, you know, he would forget and start turning the house. So what this guy did, like totally unexpected, he starts backing from the trailer. I never saw people backing a machine from the trailer, you know, like nobody is that good. Usually they turn the house, the cab, right, so they can see where they're going. This guy was so cool, you know. He was just looking at, of course, you know, the trailer has lines, right? Like it's, if you know what you're doing, you just watch the, you know, the lines between the boards, right there, and because they are straight. And the tracks, you just, you know, keep the tracks at the same distance on one side from one line, and from on the other side from the other line over there, right? But then I see he was looking at me a couple of times, so I started pointing him at one point. I said, okay, go a little bit this way, and he corrected it and just, you know, went off, no hiccups. So very quick and easy unloading, except that, yeah, I hoped I would get a chance to film it. And I even switched to the camera. Before I used a linear view, you know, on GoPro you can change from super wide to narrow to linear. And linear, that's what I've been using for when the thing was on the dash over there. But then when you want to show, you know, more of vertical space, you have to switch to super view. Yeah, not super wide, super view. And so I switched to super view. I'm all ready, and the guy said, oh, I can unload, right? I said, sure, okay, go ahead. But like I said, on the one hand, I'm glad that he did it. So these machines are tricky, you know. And that's one thing I also wanted to mention, is that a lot of people probably watch my videos, and again I want to issue kind of like a word of caution, is that not only you got to be careful with outside structures, because if you don't know how to properly, you know, let's say fold the arm of the excavator, if you don't measure the height, you can do a lot of damage to bridges and overpasses. But that's one thing. The other thing is that quite often you will be loading and unloading totally unfamiliar machinery yourself, you know, and damaging a trailer, it takes like 2 seconds, you know, like you go a little bit to one side, and like you saw on the one corner on the ramp on my trailer is already bent, and it was not me, it was a guy who was got distracted or something. He just went a little bit sideways and he put too much weight right on that corner instead of staying on the, you know, on the main deck, so to speak, because of course no piece of metal can hold, you know, like 40 tons of a machine, right? And he just went sideways. So that's the problem with this heavy haul. So you gotta do, if you're not careful, you gotta damage structures, and of course that will ruin your safety record, or you can damage your equipment. So if you're starting new, I suggest you buy 2 trailers. You know, one as a spare, as a reserve if you destroy the first one, and if it's your first time, probably should go cheap, like what I did with Kaufman, right? So Kaufman was pretty much the price of a step deck, so, you know. Anyway, alright, so that was just a quick view, yeah, so I mean quick video. Sorry I couldn't show you the unloading, but so the cat dealer, you know, typical place, and some places insist that you do it, like they say the safety regulations prohibit them from touching the machine on your trailer. They say that it's fine as soon as it's on the dirt, it's ours. But when it's still on the trailer, they say kind of like, I guess somebody sued them or something before, and they're just afraid to touch it, you know, if they damage your trailer. I think that's why. And alright, so thanks for watching. Since today's Monday, no idea, no contact with dispatch, and I'm like 300 kilometers, 200 miles away from the civilization. Well, it is some kind of a civilization over here, right? Big field on one side, but at least you saw the road was pretty good. Like it was a freeway pretty much all the way to here, divided. I don't remember this before. I think I was here a long time ago, but it was a 2-lane highway. Now it's all divided. You know, actually much better than Northern Ontario. And the scenery, maybe on the way back I'll stop somewhere near a lake or something. I charged my Panasonic yesterday. Maybe I'll see some sea lions or something, or polar bears, you know, you never know. So gotta be ready. I am ready. Well, thanks for watching. SERGEI out.